kampungs and all of that. There is good academic intelligence in the universities, right? There are good administrators in government. I know the Pak Beni and many others in the governor's office who are very good in their work. I can sign a certificate now. If they come to Australia tomorrow, I can put them in the governor's office in Australia. No trouble. But then why is it like this? Look backwards. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, only 200 years old, roughly. Egypt, 5,000 years old. India, 4,000. Sri Lanka, where I came from, 2,600 years old. Indonesia also thousands of years old. How come the 200-year-old countries are here and the 1,000-year-old countries are here in development? Right? When I looked at that, there are many, many reasons for that. But this is not the place to look at those reasons. We just accept it that there is an imbalance which which can be easily removed if we have the cooperation of ourselves. EDITH COWEN University goes every day to the best football team called the West Coast Eagles to do sports science. When did any of your universities, now this is an open conversation, so I'm talking freely, so just as friends, so I'm telling you the truth. When did any of your universities go to Persibaya football team or something? Never, We go every day to provide the sports science. When you look, now I'm also a champion athlete, I was a swimmer. When you look, those days, there was only two people, coach and athlete. That is almost the same in Indonesia today. In Australia and all the developed countries, there are other things supporting. If I can use one word, sports science, is supporting that development. Because the intelligent, we are dealing with bodies and so on. When you do that, when you develop sport, you're not really getting a medal. You are developing a country. And I look back at East Germany, where I went to university, 7 years I was in university in East Germany. When the Second World War finished, Germany was flat and divided into 4 parts. 3 parts became West Germany. 1 part became East Germany. Hitler was stronger than Russia, so Hitler was more developed, that part. When that part was given to Russia, the Russians came, instead of putting in, they took out. They actually took the East German railway lines to build the Siberian railway line. The ratio of men to women was 11:1. The men between 16 and 50 were all killed in the war. West Germany got money from the UK, the USA and France to build West Germany, and they developed economically. East Germany, instead of developing, went down. You know what? Walter Ulbricht, who was the president of East Germany at the time, communist country, he said sport is the way to develop this country. And everybody protested. The doctors said, what nonsense, we need medicine, we need hospitals. Engineers said, we need to build the bridges that are bombed, the water pipes and all of those things. Industrialists said, if the factories are not working again, we can't trade with the world. What are you spending the little money we have on sport? He said, that is exactly that. I haven't the money to solve all your problems. They were living in a -30 winter, under windbreaks, no houses were bombed. I know of a lady who told me, old lady, she boiled grass because to get nutrition, there was no food. A piece of bread was a luxury. She said she boiled grass to feed the children. That was the situation there. And the president said, if you do sport, you will be fit to fight the cold. You won't get sick. If you're a shoemaker, you'll be fit not to make 10 pairs of shoes, but 11. I will improve the physical capacity of the people to be better. And he did that. Suddenly, he found East German children running, jumping, throwing, swimming better than the West German children who had all the money, all the resources, and had developed to that extent. East Germany was not even recognized. When Roland Mathis won the gold medal in the Mexico Olympics, they did not fly the East German flag. They did not sing the East German anthem. They did not do that. Because they said, you're not a country. And so it's from that situation they came, and they got their political recognition through sport. They got their economic development through sport, and they brought enjoyment to the people of East Germany through sport, health, and all of that. In our kampungs, when you look now, there are poor farmers. You think he can go to a gym? You think he can play a little badminton? He can't do those things because he's not provided the opportunity. Diaspora is asleep. They're not doing that. Dignas is also asleep. When you went to school, physical education, you ran, jumped, through, and all that. Look, today, it is not the same level as you went. The level has dropped. In Australia, the diaspora in Australia has done some research, and we have published a book called The Brain Boost, which is now widely known because we got the television companies and the newspapers to publicize it, where we showed to the parents, children's academic capacity improves with sport. In other words, when you get fit, not only the body, the brain endurance increases. So you get tired not after 17 and 18 pages, but you can go to page 23, 25, 27 before tiredness comes. And the recovery is faster if you're a fitter person in the brain. The cognitive functions, all of that improve. There are 27 research reports done on how physical fitness improves the mental capacity of the. So Australian parents tell the children, go and play a little bit 3 times a week. Even when I go to India, 1 month in every year I work in India. The parents say, don't play, study this. Kicking a ball won't put food on the table. You know, this.
Indonesia.
Excuse me, Sri Lanka too. so, same situation, right? But you think Australian parents don't like their children to become doctors, lawyers, engineers, and high profile people? They like that. They want that. But they're telling, okay, study, but also go and play. And now we have a new problem called the internet, where they go with this. I was in Denpasar airport yesterday. A family came and said 5 people, father, mother, and 3 children. No conversation. Till the meal finished, and they went. No conversation. Right? So, if that is the trend, it's going to cause a physical problem. Our health bills will get up. Where is the government going to find money to do that? In Australia, the health sector gives the sports sector $431 million. You know why? The Director General of the Health Department says, I want from the Treasury, from the Finance Ministry, give more money. I need more ambulances, hospitals, nurses, medicines, doctors, all of that. And the Finance Department say, I can't give you that money. I have to build roads, I have to build schools, I have to build police stations, I have to do this. I can't do that. I can't give. You're already very big. The health budget is very, very big. So the chief executive, the Director General's performance index with the government, his KPI is getting bad because more people are going to hospital, so he gets the sack. The government says, the minister will say, you go, you're no good. So he gives the money to the sports department, say, please keep the people healthy so they don't get sick. If you are fit, you can push back the diabetes, the cholesterol, the blood pressure, which comes as we get old, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years back. That is the $431 million saved by pushing these illnesses more back. That is the benefit of sport, right? Now, why can't all our universities look at these things? Now, this is only 5 minutes, I'm just telling you that, right? Why can't we get East Java and our children here, you have nearly 40 million here to develop and come up. Western Australia, a few years ago, had only 2 million people and was 18th in the Olympic Games if it went as a country. 2 million, that's a kampung here. How did that happen? You think you can't do that? You can do 10 times better because there is no winter here. You can train every day. You have intelligent people here. You have all of that. You don't need the Rolls Royce. This thing, common sense, is there. So the problem is with us here. So that is why I wanted to talk to you, to say we have to do something to get the universities to do that. Just now, I have 10 students from Sri Lanka at EDITH COWEN University doing a 300-hour internship. That's 2 months' work. The students are telling me, my goodness, in our campus and our union, all we do is look at the textbook, study, and pass the exam. They don't know to hold a stopwatch even. They never go, no practical experience. They love the exposure. And guess what? If these, let us say there is a student here, I'll give you another example to clarify what I'm saying. When the football coach here in the school or the pond or whatever, he goes to the playground, there are children playing, 22, 11 players. His eyes are only where the ball is. So when he is looking at the goal here, he doesn't know what the goalkeeper and the striker are doing on this side because his eyes are here. If you bring 22 students to the playing field and say, student number 1, you look at player number 1. Student number 2, you look at player number 2, and so on. And you write a report. At the end of 90 minutes, the coach gets 22 reports saying this player passed the ball 75 times, only accuracy 17%. If he ran only 10 50-meter sprints or 35 5-meter sprints or something like that, which the coach can't see. So the coach, this is what we are doing in Australia. So the coach gets these reports and he knows, oh, that is the position. And this player, I told him to stand here, but when I'm not looking, he's running all over the place. So when the ball comes, he's not in position. So that is why you can't win. You're not in the proper place. But the coach is not supported. So this is the problem. We say it's athlete-focused, coach-driven, sports science supported. You have psychologists, nutritionists, physiologists, all in your campus, biomechanics, you have all. I haven't seen one at any of the training centers here. Is it true? So I'm telling you the truth, This is the problem why all our countries are behind when we can be very far in front. You see? So this is the point I wanted to make, that we try to get this up. We need to work something. It is common sense, but you might say, how do we do this? That is why I wanted this discussion, because KONI is coming to Australia very soon. I would like, KONI is going to sign a MOU with the government and one with EDITH COWEN University. Why can't we use the EDITH COWEN University to come to UNESA, UNIPA, Yalanga, whatever, to all your universities? It can come, and you can see what they are doing. And we get a lot of money from unknown sources. I'll give you one example. We got a lot of money from the United States Air Force. You might say, how did they give you money? Why did they give you? Very simple. When Saddam Hussein was alive and the US Air Force was going to Iraq, they were frightened that Saddam had a rocket to bring down their jets. So they designed a special helmet for the pilots where the pilot could see the key instruments because it's going 2,000 kilometers an hour. So one look and it's gone somewhere else. But he had to look here also to see if a rocket is coming. So when he looks, he can see the key instruments in his helmet and he can see through as well. Both he can see. One of these pilots was training in the US before going to Iraq, and he got a stiff neck and had to eject. So if you eject, no more flying, and the jet of course crashed. Why did he get a stiff neck? The helmet got 800 grams heavier for the weight of the equipment in the helmet. You mean to say the United States did not have somebody in such a big country and such a rich country to fix the necks of the pilots? How did they fix EDITH COWEN, the university? How did they select? If you look at the world, EDITH COWEN is on this side, US is on that side. You have to drill a hole. If they go to Canada, I can understand. They can see Canada. But they can't see Australia, which is on the other side. Because EDITH COWEN did the strength and conditioning for Manchester United football team. And they published the report because heading the ball is strengthening the neck. The US Air Force saw that, came and chose EDITH COWEN to strengthen the necks of the US Air Force pilots there. And in return, they paid us many millions of dollars for equipment we did not have. which we wanted, and all universities have a budget. So the dean can go and ask the vice chancellor, sorry, come in 5 years' time, you know. But what happens if the US Air Force says, here's a check? You know, we didn't expect that. See, these unforeseen, things that you don't even plan happen. We have brought happiness to the people, you know, through all our projects. The people in the kampungs are happy playing and so on, because we work with diaspora and we give the intelligence, organize this and so on. Your new governor, Kafifa, was the Minister for Social Services. She will love if you go and say, because she's a politician also, she needs your vote. When my contract is finished, I go to the dean and say, Dean, my contract is over, and we have a discussion. He said, you did this very well, you did this very badly, and we agree on how we'll correct that, and he'll give me more money, and it's finished. When the election is called, all politicians are sacked. Their selection committee is everybody with a piece of paper called the vote. So Kafifa will want to please those people. Who are the people? All the people, the 40 million people living in East Java. They don't see any benefit coming from the government. If you show that government coming, the government benefit being given from your academic intelligence, going through all these people to do all of that, you think she's not going to be happy and support you? You get more support. The health department, you come and look at us and take from the health department. Education department brain boost in physical education, which is not happening, and removing this thing, you give enjoyment and so on. We have something called a big program called Nature Play to fight this, because this is a problem with the children. So we have something called Nature Play now started, and lots of nice, and the children like, and they're going there. So we have those programs. You are not doing that, and you have the intelligence to do that. You have the capacity to do that, but you're not doing it. That is the message. So I want, when this KONI agreement is signed, why can't you also come? Why can't you come and see and talk and do this and cooperate? This is me telling you, but I'm just only telling you 2% only. But you must come and see the rest. That's all I have to say. Yeah. It's just common sense. I'm open to questions, Prof. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you.